Hello and welcome to Take 10. I'm Jennifer Johnson. With us in the studio today is Marla Caplon. Marla is the Director of MCPS Food and Nutrition Services, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We're here to talk about the Summer Meals Program, and for parents not aware of what that is, give me a brief overview of what the Summer Meals Program really is.
The Summer Food Service Program here in Montgomery County is huge. Schools that have a enrollment during the school year of 50% or more free and reduced eligible children are eligible to participate. So any school throughout the county or any location, a church, a rec site that's near one of those schools is eligible to receive summer meals at no cost. All the children at the site receive meals, whether or not they're free or reduced during the school year. It's huge. We serve about 9,000 to 10,000 children a day.
9,000 to 10,000 a day?
Mm-hmm.
And you do this throughout the summer?
We do this throughout the summer. We gear our start and end dates for each program based on the start and end dates of the program. So we train staff at the sites. We deliver the meals daily. We deliver lunch for today, breakfast for tomorrow, so refrigeration is necessary. And we do this daily throughout the summer. This year we're doing something different. I'm really excited. In the past, we have about 26 sites in elementary schools that are part of the early learning opportunity, and traditionally they have had a cafeteria person working in the cafeteria who distributes the meals to the students. And those meals are different from the traditional summer sites in that we use the cafeteria line. So we have a variety of fruits and fruit juices and milk and sandwiches and salads that are on a cafeteria line. The other locations, the ones that are throughout the county, have always been served in a bag and a milk. So the program staff give a child a bag of milk, and that's their lunch, and inside the bag is the meal that meets the USDA regulations, the meat, the bread, the fruit, the juice.
So turkey sandwich and
exactly,
yeah.
Exactly. But this year we're trying to model our large programs in schools to be similar to the ELO programs, the early learning opportunity. And so what we're doing is we're actually hiring cafeteria staff in these large programs. And when we say large, it could be anywhere from 50 to 500 students that are attending programs in those locations. And we're opening up the cafeteria. So there'll be a cafeteria line with a variety of fruits and vegetables and meals offered to these students. We're also including hot meals. There'll be pizza and burgers and things like that. So it should be more appetizing to the kids. It represents a model that has worked in the early learning opportunity sites, and hopefully we'll get more children attending. The other item is that in those locations, anybody can come in and get a meal. So those locations will also function as like a walk-in location.
Really? Okay.
So if a parent has a child that, they're interested in getting a meal, anybody will be able to come in as long as they're 18 years of age or younger and come to any of those locations and get lunch.
As long as they're in Montgomery County?
We don't check IDs. As long as they're 18 years of age or younger, they can come in and they'll come through the cafeteria line and they'll get a meal.
And so how many schools are you doing the hot meals, if you will?
Sure. Well, the ELO schools, the traditional schools, the early learning opportunity, there's 24 of those. Then in addition to those, we're still working on creating locations, but there should be 15 to 20 additional locations that will have the cafeterias open and students will be able to get a meal, a full meal, hot meal in the cafeteria.
And so children don't have to be attending summer school to receive these free meals?
Correct.
How are you able, I'm surprised to hear that you're able to open a cafeteria with workers in these difficult budget times. So how were you able to pull that off?
Well, it's going to cost us money, but it's okay. How the program works, just as our meals program during the year, is we're an entitlement program, which means that for every meal that's served to a student, we claim that meal for reimbursement. Okay. And honestly, that's what keeps the summer program glowing. It's every meal that we serve, we claim for reimbursement. That covers the cost of food. We are now making a little bit of an investment, and we're going to invest in the paying of staff to make the summer meals better and make them more appetizing. So we won't receive or we won't generate quite as much revenue from reimbursement, but I think at the end of the day, it's really where we want to go.
Do parents have to do anything special to qualify their kids into the summer meals program, or are they already qualified?
We base the eligible locations on the farm's percentage, the free and reduced meals percentage during the previous school year. So in all of the locations that the cafeterias are open, those are all eligible sites. They're geographically eligible because of the school that they're located in. But to your point, if there was a school in a non-50% area, then we would take the enrollment for the programs that the children are attending in those schools, and we would base the ability to serve meals on the fact that there would be 50% of that enrolled list. But again, to your point, those locations could not be what we call walk-in locations because the area, the school, is not geographically eligible.
So if a parent wants their child to receive this benefit, how do they go about doing it?
We have flyers that go out that tell parents where the walk-in locations are. Up on our website, we list the walk-in locations, and on the MSDE website, they have that information. So all of the locations where children in Montgomery County can come and get a meal at no cost throughout the summer is available information to parents. They can also certainly call the food service office, and we'll be able to give them that information.
So given that you said 9,000 to 10,000 meals a day, given that's a staggering number, what do these kids do if you weren't providing this? I mean, do they just don't have food, or?
Lots of kids are already involved in activities. They're away for the summer. There are many kids in our county whose parents are working and they leave their children at home and they're not allowed to come out. I mean, there's a lot of transportation is a big issue over the summer. And even though we're serving 9,000 to 10,000 children a day, let's not forget that there's about 44,000 eligible free and reduced children throughout the county. So our goal is to expand this program as much as we can. Actually, we have a work group that gets together, and that group is represented by County Council, Board of Education, Linkages to Learning, HOC, Housing, Rec Department, and what the purpose of that group is to bring to the table information about where there might be programs that don't know about us, that we want to access. We want them to know about us so that we can deliver meals to them every day.
I think there's a perception that this is a very wealthy county, and people forget that there are so many kids out there who need services like this.
There's, at this point, we're over 33% free and reduced here in Montgomery County.
Are any changes coming in the fall that will affect the school lunches? Because I know the federal government's always making changes to make them better, but is anything going to affect the kids here?
Well, what's in the works right now are USDA has proposed regulations for competitive foods. Competitive foods are anything that's sold outside of the meals program. And these regulations are proposed and won't go into effect for about a year. However, here in Montgomery County, through our wellness regulations, we already have what they're proposing already in place. With a little bit of tweaking, the nutritional quality of what's provided outside of the meals program is already in place. So you won't see really any differences here in Montgomery County. What we had from last year to this year was huge, and because we were in compliance with all of the regulations, we were afforded the additional 6 cents per meal that the federal government said that they would pay to school systems in compliance, and we met that criteria.
So they're putting regulations on meals or foods that you guys don't necessarily prepare, is that?
No, they're putting regulations on foods that are outside of the meals program, the a la cartes, the snack offerings, the beverages that are sold in schools. I mean, believe it or not, there's some jurisdictions in the country that still have soda machines, and students can access those soda machines. Here in Montgomery County, only foods that meet our wellness regulations are accessible to students throughout the school day. And that speaks to what's available on our cafeteria line, plus what's in vending machines and in school stores. So you can't buy a soda. You can buy bottled water, you can buy 100% fruit juice, you can buy milk. Essentially, that's all the beverages that are available to students during the day. And any snack items, such as ice cream or cookies, they're going to be low fat because the identification that we've made for those parameters has to be 35% less sugar, 35% less in fat, and 10% less in saturated fat. So if you're a label reader, you'll realize that that is a very restricted product that would be available to the children. Now, after the end of the school day, these machines are on timers, so at the end of the school day, if a soda machine is in a high school, the timers are turned off, and students, staff, other people can access those machines.
Got it. All right. But you're already ahead of the government.
We're already ahead of the government.
All right, Marla, thank you very much. It's
My
great
pleasure.
information. And thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time. Remember to visit us on the web at the link on your screen. I'm Jennifer Johnson. Join us next time here on Take 10.